I want to talk about the problems between the genders. Um, you have men that can't find women, and you have women that can't find men. And I don't know. It's like it's one of those things that's affecting me, just like everybody else. But I mean, my biggest complaint is it's really, really, really hard. At least for me. Maybe it's easier for other people, but you know, I just want to find something that I'm attracted to on some level. Doesn't mean you have to be the hottest woman in the world. Doesn't mean you have to be a Victoria's Secret model. But like humble 5 or 6 that looks good, that has a decent personality, knows how to be feminine, and is kind, nice, and supportive. And that seems to be a hard thing on both sides of the fence. I mean, there's just a lot of people that they're turned off, they're disengaged, and they're awful to deal with, both men and women. And it just makes for a very unpleasant hunt to find somebody. And it's just kind of highly dissatisfying because, at the end of the day, like, what do most guys want? They want somebody they're attracted to, but at the same time, they want somebody that complements their life, that their personality is fun to deal with. They're feminine, they're more of a homekeeper than somebody that's trying to get a job. I mean, that's the stuff I want. It's just, it doesn't feel like Western society produces that anymore. Nowadays, women are taught to leave the house, compete with men, get a job, not raise the kids, not know how to cook. They're not very loving or caring. They're usually pretty abrasive and combative. And, I'm just disappointed with the quality of the product because I would much rather have like a 1950s like Leave It to Beaver wife. Like she knew how to bake bread, she knew how to bake goods, she knew how to make a roast. They're feminine, they wore dresses, they always tried to look pretty. And I just feel like there's a huge disconnect. Guys aren't getting what they want, so they're just checking out. And I feel that way to a certain degree too. Like my give a shit switch is just flipped off. Like every single time I meet a woman, if the situation is unpleasant, I always think to myself, what are the odds that this is like the 80 or 90 out of 100 women that are pretty much cookie cutter? They're the same carbon copy of a Western woman you meet that, they've been taught to compete with men, be abrasive, not be very loving and caring. It's a vicious cycle because at the end of the day, as a guy, you know, if you can't find something you want to basically settle down with, then you're not going to have kids. You're not going to have a legacy. There's no long term thought. The only long term thought I have now is how can I age gracefully, not be broke when I'm old, and just have a decent standard of living. Have a decent set of friends, have hobbies to keep me busy. So, like, besides that, like, there's no reason to really better anything unless it's to protect myself or build myself up. Like, women and children are the thing that get guys to build things up. And if you don't have that, guys aren't going to give a damn about society. And that's the situation we're in. It's kind of a depressing situation on both fronts for guys and women. It's almost like there is no future.